A little bit. I think it's building. October's a great month to put some money to work in.
Just
October,
a lot
November,
of people for the last couple of years, and I've sort of asked them why, but it always seems more cerebral to say, I like stocks, but I like, and they value, but that has not. It's been better to be domestic for the last. Yeah,
it certainly has. I mean,
but maybe it's time now. Maybe this is your time.
I think there's a couple of elements. One is valuation. There is a big discrepancy now. European, Asian markets trading on 12 times forward earnings. US 17, 18. So you've got a big discrepancy that you hadn't really had before. Now, admittedly, the earnings growth was much stronger domestically here. I don't expect the earnings growth to hit the same level. You're not going to have the tax cuts that you've had here to drive things forward. Or the deregulation, or the... Well, there's austerities lifting. We're seeing that very clearly. Italy, all the issues about the Italian is about trying to get some of that austerity off there.
You still have the cumbersome single currency approach that some people think is just doomed to fail. You probably don't.
Again, as an investor, though, you don't have to be in every market.
But maybe there's a reason it's 12 times.
Pick and choose your battles.
Because you've got issues. Italy, for example, that's not totally resolved at this point yet.
No, we'll see. I think they're taking a leaf out of Trump's book of being very difficult, starting with an extreme position, and they'll bargain down to somewhere that suits both sides, I think. But again, markets are all about looking forward in a medium term, not the trading we saw yesterday.
Okay.
We're investors. We're trying to take a 2-year view and trying to pick the right stocks that are going to give us some good value.
Are there places other than Europe?
I think Asia still interests me a lot. I think, you're seeing these issues with the trade tariffs are very interesting. It's driving manufacturing and flow into other areas. You take Adidas, with its sneakers, half their sneakers are now made in Vietnam. That 50% was made in China about 3 years ago. So you're seeing trade move around and opportunities created on the back of that.
How about markets even further out along the risk continuum? What about Middle East, Africa, and
as you move
frontier
through
markets?
Those areas, you have some bigger issues with the currency tending to drive inflation underlying that, driving some very big issues as an investor, where you can get maybe capital appreciation in local terms and then get killed when you translate it back to your domestic currency. I think we would take a more cautious view. The world is slowing. The Fed is raising rates. We're seeing that in the UK as well. Take a more cautious view. Go for utilities. Some of the materials we still think are underpriced, and some of the financials. I think
Michelle would want me to ask you about South America and Brazil, especially with the recent elections.
Yeah, again, some value appearing. I think it's for a brave investor to look away and sit on it for a year.
Value appearing.
Yeah, I think maybe
you would recommend people talk to Janus Henderson to get involved with things like this? Is that, or they can't do it on their own?
Yeah, Latin America is not one of our expertise. I think Europe, certainly, we've got a big expertise there in markets trading out of London.
What sectors in Europe are most attractive at this point? You said utilities.
Yeah, I like utilities. We're seeing carbon prices rise, electricity prices beginning to rise. So there's a bit of margin help there on the top line, which always helps things. Also, you're seeing the competition getting a little bit squeezed. So again, the dominant players there should retain their customers.
Would I hurt your feelings if I said I think I'm going to stay in this country? You haven't sold me. I don't want utilities in Europe. I think I'm going to buy Netflix. Yeah. Is that okay for me?
I struggle with the valuation.
All right. I don't want you to struggle.
That's where I
don't want you to struggle, but we'll have you back again. And
Thank
we'll
you.
See, maybe you're right.
Very kind. Thank you.
Okay.